On Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Chitranjan Gaga, National Spokesperson and General Secretary of the RJD, joins us along with Dr. Riju Datta, Spokesperson of Trinamool Congress, Lokesh Jindal, Leader of the Congress, Prempal Sharma, former Executive Director of the Railway Board, Mr. T.S. Ramakrishnan, Railway expert. But my first question is to you, political analyst Binay Singh. When it is a question of accountability, shouldn't the buck stop at the top? If there is an accident in the railways, shouldn't the Railways Minister be resigning?
No, why he should resign, I am not able to understand. Why this question is arising? He must resign because he is one of the most efficient railway minister. He is the railway minister who has changed the face of the railways. He is the railway minister who is on the spot in rescues and to start the operations at the earliest. Why he should resign? He should resign because of his efficiency. And
for 275 deaths. He should resign for 275 deaths. 275 people died on his watch. That's what he should resign for.
No. No, look, Padmaja, in this accident, this is not a normal case. And this need a proper investigation. And that's why the agencies are in. There may be a terror angle to this. There may be a terror angle, may be a terror angle to this. You cannot ignore that. And the railway minister, I think he is the most efficient, most dynamic and most energetic railway minister we have ever seen in the past. So we need his dynamism. We need his energy.
Okay, Chitranjan Gaga ji, कोई नहीं कह रहा है कि गलती नहीं हुई है, बट उसी गलती को आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए जब सीबीआई प्रोब मांगा जा रहा है, then why is it being called an eye wash? प्रोब के बिना कैसे पता चलेगा किसकी गलती है?
जांच उसकी की जाती है जिसके बारे में कहीं कोई संदेह हो शक शुबा, जिसकी स्थिति स्पष्ट है। माननीय रेल मंत्री जी कल घोषणा किए सीबीआई जांच का, लेकिन उसके पहले कल ही माननीय मंत्री जी ने कहा था, जब लोगों ने सवाल उठाया कि साहब आप जो सुरक्षा कवच का दावा कर रहे थे कि विश्व स्तर का सुरक्षा कवच की व्यवस्था की गई, लेकिन अभी तक मात्र जो है तो 3.12% ही आपने कवर किया है सुरक्षा कवच का। तो उन्होंने कहा कि सुरक्षा कवच का मामला नहीं है, यह जो है सिग्नल सिस्टम है उसका फेलियर है, उसकी गड़बड़ी है। वह सवाल जो है तो चूंकि अब उसमें फिर वह चूंकि फंसते हुए नजर आए, चूंकि पहले भी रेलवे के पदाधिकारियों ने रेल मंत्रालय को यह सूचना दे दी थी कि जो है सिग्नल सिस्टम में गड़बड़ी है, उसको जो है दुरुस्त करने की जरूरत है। उसके पहले भी जो है रेल लाइन के ट्रैक गड़बड़ी के मामला जो है उस पर सीएजी ने बाजाबता से पार्लियामेंट में वह रखा गया रिपोर्ट, सीएजी की रिपोर्ट में स्पष्ट है कि जो है रेलवे लाइन के रख रखाव में गड़बड़ी के कारण जो भी घटनाएं घटी है, दुर्घटनाएं घटी है, 17 से 22 तक का पूरा आंकड़ा के साथ कि 72% से ज्यादा दुर्घटना ट्रैक लाइन की गड़बड़ी से हुई है। तो जहां पर सीएजी का रिपोर्ट स्पष्ट कर रहा है, जहां पर रेलवे के पदाधिकारी आपको पहले से यह वार्निंग दे चुके हैं, तो फिर आप जो है सुरक्षा के नाम पर मोटी रकम लोगों से वसूल रहे हैं। सारा टिकट का रेल किराया जो है सो आप बढ़ा दिए। जो सीनियर सिटीजन को जो सुविधा दी जाती थी उसको भी सुरक्षा के नाम पर।
Okay, let's limit ourselves to the accident. Respond to this, Mr. Prempal Sharma. The signaling had got problems in February. This was red flagged by a railways officer. Mr. Ramakrishnan also wants to come in. Mr. Ramakrishnan, first you respond. Railway signaling had been red flagged. CAG report has been red flagged. Then how is the railways minister not responsible?
Well, it's a good point actually. See, whether the railway minister is responsible or not responsible is not the point of discussion as on today. Because once the accident happens, it should the rescue operation and the restoration of the tracks have to happen. And then I also wanted to know a question, because the railway minister, Mr. Vaishnaw is not just responsible for one ministry. He is a minister for communication, he is a minister for MeitY and minister for railways. So what the opposition parties wants? Do they want the minister to be heaved off the railway ministry, or it should be, removed completely from the cabinet. That is first point. Second point is, instead of blaming him and then trying to fix everything on him, it is better to ask how the railway ministry is going to plan for improving the safety of the railways in the next, say, 3 months or 6 months. So that is what actually a better, sense.
But how will solutions happen
any person
if
who
the
has better
person in
sense will ask for?
charge is not held responsible? Mr. Prempal Sharma, that basically is the concern being raised. That if the boss is not held accountable, how will solutions be in sight?
I would like to just 3 points. No doubt that's one of the biggest tragedy on Indian Railways and for whole nation. But the point of asking resignation and everything is, I think, completely irrelevant. We have our most efficient railway minister. लेकिन मैं ये बात यहाँ जोड़ना चाहूँगा दूसरी कि इस हादसे के बाद हमें बजाय कंपैरिजन करने के कि 40 साल पहले क्या हुआ, 20 साल पहले क्या हुआ, किसके रिजीम में क्या हुआ, उन आंकड़ों की खेल में न पड़े और हमें इस बात पर ध्यान दें कि कैसे जनता की ऐसा कोई दुर्घटना न हो। उसके लिए क्या है कि हमको अपनी पूरी रेलवे की पॉलिसीज को शायद रिव्यू करने की जरूरत है। रिव्यू करने की जरूरत इसलिए कि पिछले दिनों हम लगातार उन फैसिलिटीज की तरफ जा रहे हैं जहां स्पीड है, वर्ल्ड क्लास फैसिलिटीज हैं, रास्ते में आपको हल्दीराम का खाना मिलता है। मुझे लगता है कि इस देश की 140 करोड़ जनता, जिसको मद्रास से दिल्ली या हावड़ा से केरल पहुंचने में लाखों की भीड़ जाती है, एक एक डिब्बे में भेड़ बकरी की तरह भरे होते हैं, हमारा ध्यान उस तरफ देने की जरूरत है। लेकिन गलती ये हो रही है कि हमारा जो अमीर वर्ग है, जो एसी में बैठा हुआ है, उसको सारी फैसिलिटी वही चाहिए जो हवाई जहाज वाली है। शायद हमें वी हैव टू रिव्यू दैट कि हमारा एम्फेसिस कहाँ होना चाहिए, और उसके लिए शायद हमें पैसेंजर ट्रेन, जब तक कि हम सबके लिए उस गांधी की कल्पना के साकार नहीं करते कि अंतिम आदमी का ध्यान रखा जाए, ये तो है। तीसरी बात, सिर्फ रेलवे का ही नहीं, हमारा ज्यादातर सिस्टम कुछ कॉलेप्स की तरफ है। कभी एजुकेशन सिस्टम में होता है। आज बिहार की घटना आप भूल सकते हैं कि जहां जो पुल बन रहा था वो कॉलेप्स हो गया। कुछ दिन पहले देखा था कि आपको कुछ दवाओं की सप्लाई में, ऐसा पहली बार नहीं हुआ। कुछ साल पहले किडनी का ट्रांसप्लांट, यानी कि हमारा हेल्थ, एजुकेशन, रेलवे, सभी सिस्टम कहीं ना कहीं धीरे धीरे जर्जर हो रहा है, कमजोर हो रहा है। अब हम इस पॉलिटिक्स को छोड़ के
राजनीति कर रहे हैं, या दो रेलवेज एक्सपर्ट्स बोल रहे हैं कि अगर आप राजनीति को बीच में ले आते हैं, चित्रंजन गगन जी, देन यू वोंट हैव एनी सॉल्यूशंस, यू विल ओनली हैव ब्लेम गेम। ब्लेम गेम चलेगा सिर्फ।
पद्मजा जी, आखिर विपक्ष का क्या काम? हम राजनीतिक दल हैं, कोई जो सो संत महात्मा नहीं है जो झाल बजाते रहें, और न अंधे भक्त हैं कि जय जयकार करते रहें। आपके गलत निर्णयों पर भी हम जय जयकार करते रहे। मेरी भी जिम्मेवारी है। आप भले ही अपनी जिम्मेवारी को नहीं समझे, आप अपनी जिम्मेवारी इतना ही समझते हैं कि आप घटना स्थल पर गए और जैसे लग रहा है बहुत बड़ा आपने उपकार कर दिया किसी पर।
तो आपको लगता है कि जब भी कोई रेलवे दुर्घटना होनी चाहिए तो सीधे रेल मंत्री को इस्तीफा दे देना चाहिए?
मैं अगर सवाल उठाता हूं,
नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं। आपको सवाल उठाना चाहिए, पर सवालों का जवाब देना और इस्तीफा देना दो अलग अलग चीजें हैं।
तो यह राजनीति है?
बिल्कुल नहीं। एक प्रिंसिपल चीज आपसे समझना चाहती हूँ चित्रंजन जी।
इसका मतलब यह नहीं है
चित्रंजन जी,
अपनी जिम्मेवारी से भाग।
एक फंडामेंटल चीज आपसे समझना चाहती हूँ। एक फंडामेंटल चीज है कि जब कोई भी दुर्घटना होती है तो क्या रेल मंत्री को रिजिग्नेशन देना चाहिए रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेके?
नहीं पद्मजा जी, यह एक सिंबॉलिक मैसेज है लोगों के बीच। क्या साहब, यह घटना हुई, स्पष्ट रूप से जो स्थिति सामने है, यह जो है सो भारत सरकार के रेल मंत्रालय की,
ठीक है। तो इन दैट केस आपको मैं थोड़ा सा कुछ आंकड़े देना चाहती हूं, और कभी भी ऐसे आंकड़ों पर राजनीति नहीं होनी चाहिए, बट क्योंकि आपने कहा कि सिंबलिज्म एंड मैसेजिंग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। जो 9 साल हैं मोदी सरकार के कंपेयर टू 5 साल जब लालू जी रेल मंत्री थे, उसमें कोलिजन्स हुए हैं अंडर मोदी गवर्नमेंट 30 कोलिजन्स हुए हैं। 5 साल जब लालू जी रेल मंत्री थे तो 51 यानी कि 51 collisions happened. 426 derailments have happened in 9 years of Modi government. 550 have happened in 5 years of Mr. Lalu as railways minister. जब लालू जी रेलवे मंत्री थे 5 साल में 1159 deaths have happened as opposed to 781 in the last 9 years. अगर सिंबोलिज्म की बात हो तो लालू जी को तो कम से कम 551 टाइम्स अपना इस्तीफा देना चाहिए था।
पद्मजा जी, मैंने कहा कि आप 9 साल पहले के आंकड़ा दे रहे हैं, मैं ठीक है, उसको मैं मानता हूं, लेकिन 9 साल पहले की स्थिति में और आज की स्थिति में काफी अंतर है। पहले जो कुछ भी था वह जो सो फिजिकली माने आदमी ही वह सारा ऑपरेट करता था।
क्यों करता था?
मैकेनिज्म और टेक्नोलॉजी इतना डेवलप नहीं था
कि मॉडर्नाइजेशन कीजिए रेलवे
नहीं,
मतलब आप मान रहे कि उस वक्त फटीचर था रेलवे,
पद्मजा जी,
तो मौतें हो रही थी।
नहीं पद्मजा जी, वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ कि आप कह रहे हैं कि कौन, हम जैसे आज हम और आप हम बैठे हुए हैं हाजीपुर में और आप के डिबेट में शामिल है, क्या यह 9 साल पहले संभव था? नहीं संभव था। तो टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप किया है, आपने इसके नाम पर पैसा लिया है लोगों से, रेल का टिकट बढ़ाया है, प्लेटफार्म टिकट का दर बढ़ाया है। लालू जी के समय में इतिहास की पहली घटना है कि प्लेटफार्म टिकट।
सर मैं तो आपके सिंबलिज्म की बात कर रही हूँ, आप प्लेटफॉर्म टिकट पे क्यों आ गए? अभी रेल की पटरियों पे रहिए ना। रेल की पटरी पे आपने कहा जब मौत होती है तो रेलवे मंत्री को सिंबॉलिकली उसकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेनी चाहिए। आपको मैं एक दुर्घटना बताती हूँ। मैं जब उसके बारे में पढ़ रही थी, इट इज ईरी हाउ सिमिलर इट इज टू व्हाट हैपेंड इन बालासोर। आपको मैं एक तारीख भी बताती हूं, वो तारीख है 2010 की, नहीं 2005, 21 अप्रैल 2005। साबरमती एक्सप्रेस का एक्सीडेंट हुआ, उसमें 17 लोगों की मौत हुई, 80 उसमें इंजर्ड थे। लोगों में इतना गुस्सा था कि जब लालू जी एज रेल मंत्री वेंट टू अहमदाबाद, मॉर्चुरी में से आइस के स्लैब्स उठा के उनकी गाड़ी पे मारे गए। उस वक्त के मुख्यमंत्री थे नरेंद्र मोदी। उन्होंने कहा कि इस वक्त पे किसी का इस्तीफा मानने की जरूरत नहीं है, इस वक्त इंक्वायरी होनी चाहिए और पता लगाना चाहिए कि इस एक्सीडेंट के पीछे कौन है। तो क्या 2005 में, और उस वक्त भी पता एक्सीडेंट कैसे हुआ था? साबरमती एक्सप्रेस अप लाइन में जा रही थी, गलत सिग्नल से वो लूप लाइन में जाकर के मालगाड़ी से टकरा गई, बिल्कुल वही जो कि बालासोर में हुआ। तो अगर आज अश्विनी वैष्णव को इस्तीफा देना चाहिए तो क्या 2005 में साबरमती में लालू जी को इस्तीफा देना चाहिए था?
पद्मजा जी, इस बार जो दुर्घटना हुआ है तो इसकी सूचना पहले दे दी गई थी। सवाल यह है, दोनों का तुलना नहीं कर सकते हैं। लालू जी के समय जो घटना घटी, यदि उस समय भी सीएजी इस ढंग से रिपोर्ट किए हुए रहता, रेलवे के पदाधिकारी इस ढंग से अगर पहले से सूचित किए हुए रहते कि यह कमी है, तो निश्चित रूप से लालू जी को इस्तीफा दे देना चाहिए।
सर उस वक्त रेलवेज में क्या कमी थी उसकी भी मैं आपको रिपोर्ट अभी दूंगी। मिस्टर रामकृष्णन वांट्स टू रिस्पॉन्ड टू यू।
Yeah, so let me, I mean, you already highlighted the statistics on how the performance of Indian Railways with reference to safety during Mamata Banerjee time and then Lalu Prasad Yadav time, as well as during the last 9 years. You have clearly mentioned that only 720 people, 700 odd people have died in the last 9 years, compared to more than 1,000 people who died in the 5 years of Lalu regime or Mamata Banerjee regime. So the safety standards of Indian Railway have been improving, and it didn't happen without the minister involved in the decision making, policy decision making. So he has been bringing a lot of reforms in improving the safety of the system, but we have not reached a level where, like Japan, where there are no accidents, there is 0 accidents, 0 deaths. So that we have to reach that level at the earliest, maybe in another 5 years or 7 years, we should target it and then aim it. And the second point is, however, I want to add one more thing. Mr. Ashwini Vaishnaw is loaded with 3 portfolios, which is not possible for a human being. He is a very dynamic and efficient railway minister who works 16 hours a day, but it is not possible for an individual like Mr. Vaishnaw to handle 3 ministries. He is handling MeitY, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, and then he is handling Ministry of Communications and then Ministry of Railways. So it is not possible for him to, handle all the 3 ministries simultaneously, and that also has to be taken into consideration.
Okay.
Anyhow, the Prime Minister knows, how to fix the problem, and he will take the appropriate decision at the appropriate time. That is what I am saying.
All right. Let me bring in Lokesh Jindal as well. It was interesting that today in the United States, Mr. Gandhi said that जब हमारी सरकार में कोई भी क्रैश होता था तो हमारे रेलवेज मंत्री इस्तीफा दे देते थे. He didn't actually clarify कि उनकी सरकार में किस मंत्री ने इस्तीफा दिया. Can you please elaborate on that?
Well, Lal Bahadur Shastri had resigned. Madhav Rao Sindhia ji had resigned.
Railways Ministry.
Accidents like this.
Railways
happened.
Ministry.
Well, Lal Bahadur Shastri was a railway minister when a railway accident happened, and he resigned.
But
See,
in the
Padmaja,
10 years,
there is
in the
a
10 years,
commission of
in the
railway
10 years,
safety.
just a second, in the 10 years of the UPA, where we have just laid out the statistics, you had got crashes happening, and here is the data. In terms of railway accident, you had got 839 derailments that happened when Mamata Banerjee was the railways minister, and with Lalu Prasad ji, you had 550 derailments and 51 collisions. Neither of them at that time offered their resignation. The irony is that two of the three examples quoted by you, Nitish Kumar, Mamata Banerjee, and Lal Bahadur Shastri, two of them actually offered their resignation in the NDA, sir.
No, Padmaja, Lal Bahadur Shastri, he
That is
offered
when,
the resignation, he was under
so
Congress.
Nitish Kumar, Mamata Banerjee were a part of the NDA when they offered
No,
their
I didn't say
resignation.
Mamata Banerjee. I
In the
didn't say
UPA
Mamata
government,
Banerjee.
nobody offered their
I didn't say
resignation.
I didn't say Mamata Banerjee. I said Madhav Rao Sindhia.
Yeah, but he wasn't a
So-
railways minister. I am
No,
talking
no,
about
let me
the
come to the
Congress.
fact. First of all,
Congress has said that, oh, three people gave their resignation in the past. Similarly, the example of Mamata Banerjee was given, Nitish Kumar was given. Both of them were part of Vajpayee ji's cabinet, or they were part of the NDA government when they offered the resignation. In the UPA, who
Padmaja,
offered?
you gave me certain figures that during the time period of Mamata Banerjee's railway ministry and Lalu Prasad Yadav, some 550 derailment occurred. Then let me tell you, CAG's report, as per the statistic 2017 to 2021, there are as many as 1,127 derailments. As per the CAG report, the CAG report openly stated that there is a need so as to give more and more budget outlay for the maintenance of the tracks, but year by year the outlay was reduced. Secondly, there is a Commission of Railway Safety under Ministry of Civil Aviation, which is administratively responsible for carrying out investigation in such accidents. Now, the point is, why is the government resorting to CBI being given the probe? And you know why the railway minister has to resign? Because when the railway minister resigns, the investigative agency such as Commission of Railway Safety, it can fearlessly, independently carry out probe. It can investigate the entire matter and take administrative measures. And moreover, the minister is not just accountable, but also responsible. So there are moral and ethical principles also involved in it.
So you're saying
the right
all the
course of
times,
action
for
should have
example,
been-
in
the right course of
2010,
action should have
so
been-
you're saying
Mr.
all the
Ramakrishnan,
times when in the UPA government there were train crashes and the railways minister did not resign, the inquiry that took place was compromised because the railways minister continued in office. One of the example is the Senthia train crash in 2010, where 60 people were killed and 90 were injured. The Uttar Banga Express collided with the Vananchal Express at the Santhia station of Birbhum district. Mamata Banerjee did not step down at that time. She instead ordered an inquiry. Are you saying today that that inquiry was compromised because the railways minister did not step down?
No, Padmaja, if at all right now the BJP government believes that there was some corruption involved, and that is why it is asking CBI to probe. And the second argument that it is putting
Leave
forth
the
is there's a
BJP.
terror angle to
I am
it,
asking for
such as
your,
National
I'm asking for
Investigative
your
Agency.
logic.
The
You are
point
saying
is-
that unless the railways minister steps
Let
down,
BJP
this
come
probe
out
is
clean
compromised.
Whether it was an administrative lapse, whether there was a corruption, whether there is a terror angle, we ought to know what
Sir,
exactly
there definitely
happened. Why
is a
did
lapse.
250 people
There
lost their
definitely
lives?
is a lapse.
And
There is
in
no
that
doubt
case,
about
there is a
it.
terrible failure of
But
the
to
government. and Mr.
identify
Ashwini
the
Vaishnaw
lapse,
must
where
immediately
does the
resign.
buck stop? That's what we are talking about, because this will be a standard that is set for the future also. Then when there is a railway accident, we will say you have to step down. When there is a bus accident, the Road Transport and Highways Minister will have to step down. Then immediate resignations will have to happen. I am asking you, what is the standard you are setting today?
See, Padmaja, accountability is with respect to the administrative hierarchy. But when I'm talking about the minister, he is responsible to the legislature, to the people of the country. Over here, accountability, you cannot simply state, okay, the due standard procedure was not followed, due form of action was not undertaken, therefore this particular person is liable.
So then how are you
a
explaining,
particular
how
offense.
are you explaining the multiple
Ethically
accidents that I have
and
quoted
morally,
where the
Ashwini
railways
Vaishnaw
minister did
ought
not
to
step
resign.
down?
ethically, Ashwini Vaishnaw ought to resign because it was during his tenure that adequate budgetary allocations were not made for the upkeeping of tracks, for the maintenance
sir, actually,
of infrastructure.
the average safety record, the average safety record of the railways has gone up many-fold in the last 3 years, and I will give you the data. Vinay Singh, quick response.
For the killing of these 250 people.
I would like to
Who's
come.
responsible for this?
Vinay Singh.
Padmaja, let me compare 3 railway ministers.
I would like to come.
Ashwini Vaishnaw as a railway minister, he spent 2 days being a part of the rescue operations. In 51 hours, restoration was done, and it's a record. It's a record. Lalu Yadav as a railway minister, he was busy in getting land registered in his family name for jobs. Mamta Banerjee as a railway minister, she refused to send her MOS at the site of accident in Guwahati. That this is not our duty.
No.
In a different accident, Mamta Banerjee responded that human error ho jata hai. So these are the 3 railway ministers you can compare. And Ashwini Vaishnaw is the bestest railway minister, and no minister should be resign when an accident occurs. He need to be more responsible, more generous, and more sensitive.
Sir, how do you
and that is what
account
Mr.
for
Ashwini Vaishnaw is doing. He's being more swift. And your naitikta ka aadhar, that is a flawed concept. You use it according to your convenience. So at the time of Lalu Yadav, the naitikta ka aadhar is different. At the time of Mamta Banerjee, the naitikta ka aadhar is different. And at the time of Ashwini Vaishnaw, the naitikta ka aadhar is different. You must have a single and defined definition and a single definition of naitikta ka aadhar.
Okay.
Your naitikta ka aadhar is a fraud concept. It is a fraud concept.
Riju Datta, the same standards should be applied to the goose and the gander. Riju Datta.
Padmaja, I have been absolutely quiet for 30 minutes. Give me 3 minutes uninterrupted. The most efficient railway minister of India, his hands are stained with the blood of more than 300 victims, not 275. That data is suppressed. Anyways, now let me expose that this. Why?
Sir, hold on a second. You can't say these things without any backing, without any substantiation. Please go on, speak for 5 minutes, but don't bandy about these figures without any substantiation.
I am saying this because the Chief Minister of West Bengal has said it on record.
Sir, the Chief Minister of West Bengal said on day 2 that 500 people have died. On day 1, she said 500 people. On day 3, you are calling it 300 people, even though the official death toll is 275. It's very unfortunate. Sir, even now you are doing politics literally over dead bodies.
Miss Joshi, please.
Sir, where did you get the data of 300 from? Why would you want to do politics on this side? 300 people have died, not 275. Why would you say this? What is the information that you have?
It's not right because this railway minister in the morning, in the afternoon, before declaring 275, they said 288 officially dead.
No, sir. You do not know the facts. You do not know the facts. It's the DM of that area.
Let me state you the facts.
No, I will give you the facts because it's very irresponsible of you to say this, sir. This is very unfortunate. I will tell you exactly how the counting was done. The DM of Balasore said that bodies were counted twice. So the DM of Balasore, which is the Odisha government, not the Railways Ministry, said that the revised death toll according to government of Odisha is 275, not 288. This is data that was given by the government of Odisha. And your Chief Minister on day 1 said 500 people have died. Today you're sitting on my show and saying 300 people have died. I'm not going to let this disinformation pass. Just because for you 300 dead is politically better than 275
No, you can, for all
this
I know,
is terrible.
You can garland the railway minister also. I don't
want to garland anyone.
I don't believe this.
I don't want to garland anyone. 275 deaths is 275 too many.
Can I speak?
But please don't do this kind of politics. Go on.
Now let me expose the lies of these murderers. Let me expose. A lot of people sitting here are saying there is a terror angle, there is a sabotage angle, there is no angle, it's murder by negligence. And why I'm saying this, let me give you the facts now. Data that you have been peddling. The Odisha Railway Police has filed an FIR. IPC 337, 338, 304A and 34, 153, 154 and 175 of Railway Act. Not a single one on sabotage or criminal conspiracy. It is only and only on negligence. So if the FIR is filed on negligence, why is CBI brought in? To find a scapegoat? To shield Ashwini Vaishnaw? Everybody is saying, oh, the railway minister is standing there for 51 hours. 275 people as per your records have died. It is his bloody job.
Not as per my record. As per the government of Odisha.
It is his bloody job to do it. He should stand there. He should be
Yes, of course it's his job to do it. Nobody is saying he's doing anyone any favor. But also remember, sir, that when the Santhiya accident had happened, your chief minister went back to attend a TMC event. Wasn't it her, in your words, bloody job to stand there when the Santhiya accident had happened? She didn't stand there. The rescue efforts were still on when your party chief as railways minister went back to Calcutta and held a rally of the TMC. Wasn't it her job to stand there?
All her ministers, all her representatives were there. She was there.
But she was the railways minister. You just said it's his bloody job to stand there. Then apply the same standards to your party chief.
I am saying this on record. Before the railway minister reached the spot, 2 Trinamool ministers were there, yes or no? Before the Prime Minister reached the zero spot, the Chief Minister of West Bengal and other Chief Ministers were there. So don't teach us all this.
No, I am not teaching you anything. I am applying your standards when you are saying that when there is an accident, the railways minister should resign. Fine. Then your railways minister should have resigned when the Santhiya accident happened. If the railways minister should be on the spot for 50 hours, fine, he should be there. Your railway minister was not there. So, sir, nobody is saying that the government is not accountable. Nobody is saying that this is not a great tragedy. But when you are establishing political standards, it should be the same for yourself.
Okay, now I will establish another political standard. You answer this. When the Posta flyover collapsed in Bengal, none other. The Prime Minister of India said it's a message of God to Trinamool Congress and Mamata Banerjee that 27 people died. That is the language of the unfortunate Prime Minister of India. What is the message of God? 275 people died. Please explain, Ms. Joshi. Politics करना है तो नरेंद्र मोदी को सिखाइए जाके.
नहीं बिल्कुल पॉलिटिक्स तो कोई सब करते हैं. पॉलिटिक्स आप भी करते हैं, पॉलिटिक्स वो भी करते हैं. Nobody has a moral high ground. Let's be very clear about it. As far as politics is concerned, no party has a moral high ground. I'm very clear about it. But for anyone to say that, oh, this tragedy has happened because we did a great job and they did not, everyone is as culpable or as innocent as the other politicians.
If they are culpable, somebody should be made accountable.
Sure.
Not a small peon, not a signaling manager, not an ASM, but somebody highest at the top of the management.
All right, fine. If that is what you insist, and that is the political standard set today, let it be remembered, let it be written in stone that everyone will resign the moment there is an accident. So if there is a Naxal attack in Chhattisgarh, the Home Minister of Chhattisgarh better step down. If tomorrow there is a road accident in West Bengal, then you better have the Road Transport Minister in West Bengal step down, and God forbid there is any accident that happens in state that you are in power or the Congress is in power or the BJP is in power, the CM should be stepping down. Let's have those standards and let it be applied even-handedly. In the meantime, let's hope that the real culprits are caught beyond the politics and brought to book. Thanks very much all gentlemen for joining me.